You said you wanted to ask something about introductions.
Yes, I'm talking about the introduction. I was told that your conclusion should be similar to your introduction, or they should. What I was told is that if it's a house that you're drawing, and your introduction is the roof, and your conclusion is the floor, then they should be almost a similar color. Is that true? Do they have to be the same-ish?
They don't have to be, but it's one technique. Like we do an example with our students with a boy bursting into a room and he's really angry and he bangs the door behind him. That's the introduction.
Okay.
Then in the essay, he has a conversation with somebody and he calms down. In the conclusion, he goes out and shuts the door quietly behind him. So you can think of linking your introduction and your conclusion. So for example, this essay that you're writing about the importance of freedom, you can begin with freedom, freedom, and then in your conclusion, you can go back to that and say, and so, in Johannesburg, you will still see people on the streets going, freedom, freedom, and you can end there. So you can link it. It's a cyclical circle, and that's what you can do, yes.
All right, thank you for that one. Okay, we've got another caller who's Edith from Pretoria. Hello, Edith.
Hi, Nantanta.
All right, give us your question, Edith.
I would like to ask Janet to do the diary entry, and then I would like to know if ever, when writing a diary entry, do you have to write the date and the time, or just only the date?
You can do either. Depends on what you want. You're absolutely right. Remember, with the diary entry, they always ask you for 3 diary entries, and they want them usually, you know, a few days apart. Sometimes they say consecutive, so then you do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Otherwise, they want 3 spaced with a bit of time in between. If you just want to write Wednesday, you can. If you want to put Wednesday in the date, you can. If you want to put Wednesday 7 p.m., you can. I would then leave a line open and write Dear Diary, simply because it gives you a way of opening. And then you just write paragraphs as normal. And some of my students sign it, but I don't think you should. Just write your paragraphs. So they say to you, write about something important that's happened to you. You write about possibly the day before you're expecting something to happen, then the day it's happened, and then looking back a week later, something like that. Okay? All right.
All right, seems like we lost Edith.
We lost Edith. Okay, the next one on the screen is the interview. A famous music star or sports personality visited your town recently. You conducted an interview with him or her. Write out the interview, and they suggest you may include the following. Let's just look at their suggestions. Music stars, sports personalities, interests, rise to fame, plans for the future, the latest achievements, and advice. Now, it says, use the dialogue format. Remember, dialogue is not direct speech. So, let's just look at what that means. For an interview, you're going to use dialogue. So you're going to go Janet and a colon, and you're going to write what Janet says. A lot of teachers like you to write Janet's speech like that. Then let's say John answers, and you put John colon, and you write John. I also like a line open. You get the picture about me. I like lines open simply because it makes it easier to mark. It's easier to look at when it's not all crammed together, when it's separated. You do not use inverted commas. Now, what we find goes wrong with the interview is that what you do is you say, hello, hello, how are you? I'm fine, thank you, and you? I'm fine, thank you. Please sit down. Thank you. Would you like a cup of tea? No, thank you. Now, you sit there laughing, but now you've got to give a mark to this. What do you give as a mark? Look, it says 30 marks. Rather, begin in the interview. Now, take their examples. Your interests. So you say to this music star, tell me about your interests apart from music. Okay. And then let the music star write 6 lines, or speak 6 written lines. Then say something like, what are your plans for the future? And that's the rest of your 12 to 15 lines. So give the marker something substantial to mark.
I mean, you're right. I mean, if you look at the dialogues that we'll get in like a magazine with our
Yes.
favorite celebrities,
Yes.
they never start with the whole hello, how are you? So
No, and
let's
you have
make it
one little
realistic.
question and big long answer. One
That's
little
true.
question, fat long answer. That's what we want, please, people. None of
All
this
right.
drivel. Yes.
Okay, we've got another caller from Pretoria. Hello, Cherise.
Hi. Oh my gosh, Edo, hi. Janet, oh my
Yes.
gosh, I can't believe I'm speaking to you.
Great, super.
Yeah, I've always found that like all the topics, they just don't evoke any feeling in me. So I usually choose the pictures. So I want to know is that like, do I have to explain the picture, or can I just take the picture and let it trigger something in me, and from there just go on with my own topic, or do I have to
Yes.
say I'm seeing a dog
No,
moving and all
no,
that, and
no.
I'm doing home language?
No.
That's a very good
You
question.
don't. Just go, let's go back to those pictures and let's just look at one. There's one. You do not say, I'm looking at a hand holding a tree and I really don't know how this is possible and it looks like a very dry desert behind. No. You take the main idea. You can see it's about holding something that is growing in difficult circumstances. So you could talk about the growing relationship with your boyfriend if you wanted to, in the difficult circumstance of the fact that you are white and he is black. All right? Because I'm thinking of no turning back. So, you know, you can look at those things. So it does not have to be a description. In fact, it should not be a description of what you are seeing. It must trigger an idea, but don't choose a fingernail and write about the fingernail and how you tore your fingernail and there was blood everywhere, because that's not the main idea of this picture. It is holding something growing and fragile and trying to keep that alive. That's the main idea. And for these people, they felt you should do the environment. All right.
Isn't it like if you're about to, let's say you've written something and then you had to put an image to it. So
Yeah.
instead we're almost doing it in
Yes.
reverse. We've got an image, but now we
Yes.
need to give it
Yes,
some words.
and it's the inspiration. It's exactly what you said.
All right. Okay, Cherise. Okay, Cherise is
Right.
gone. We've got another caller from Limpopo, and our caller's name is Kucho. Hello, Kucho.
Hello.
Hey, Kucho, can you give us your question?
Yeah, my question is I want to know postcard format.
The
Excuse me.
format of?
Can you repeat that again?
Postcard format.
Ooh, I can't tell. I know it's a format of something.
Yeah.
Kucho, can you just tell us
Postcard format.
something card? Postcard.
Postcard format. Oh, okay.
Format of writing postcard.
Yeah, I think it's a postcard.
All right. Look, any kind of card, postcard, invitation card, you're going to focus on what you are writing, on the text. Do not worry about any kind of pictures. With a postcard, if you thought about a postcard, you have the address over here and you have the writing over here. So there'd be a date and there would be dear somebody. And usually with a postcard, there's no paragraphing. So for once, no paragraphs, just write it. And you'd write, and you write love and your name at the end. An invitation card. Now this is difficult to get the right number of words. So be very careful of an invitation. And in fact, I brought a very bad invitation. Where is it? To show you what not to do for an invitation. Now this is a topic that I set. It's going to be a surprise party. And to get the right number of words, I suggested that students try to explain about how you're going to keep the surprise a secret. Now, if you look at this, you can see it's all over everywhere.
That's true.
So don't write it like that. And this is true also for a flyer or a poster. Make sure that your writing is clear.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for that one, Janet, and for everybody at home. I'd like to know, I want to say, do not forget. Oh, actually, for everybody that was writing chemistry, I hope that your paper went well and that it wasn't too bad, nah? And then last but not least, for everybody who's writing life science, English tomorrow, good luck and hope that